Hello friends, today we will be discussing HTML tables. HTML table allows you to arrange data into rows and columns on a web page. So how to do so? To create a table, we use the table tag, which is placed inside the body tag. Now, for creating the rows in an HTML table, we use the tr tag, and for creating the columns, we use the td tag. So in order to create the headers, we need the th tag. The browser renders a table header in bold and slightly larger font to distinguish header row from others. Let me show it to you. See, this number, name, and age is placed inside the th tag, which are the header tags. So it is slightly bolder and larger in size as compared to the other data. So as you can see, the tables do not have borders by default. So what to do if you want the table to have the borders? So in order to do so, let me explain it to you. We need to use the border property. So this property we have already discussed in my previous video. If you want to get details about it, you can go to this video on Juhi's Tech Point and get more details about it. Okay, coming back to the tables with border property. So what I need to do is inside the table th and td tag, I use the border property, which is a CSS property. And first I give the pixel size, how thick or thin I want the border to be. Solid is the style, and then the color. Let me show it to you first. See, in this particular case, I have the border with 1 pixel and it is red in color, solid in style. So suppose I change the size to 3 pixel. So if you see, it becomes thick. So depending on what we give inside the border property, the thickness will change. So as we have given it with the table th and td tag, so we can see 2 border lines. One is for the table tag and the other one is for our th and td tags. Now, so this needs to be given inside the styling portion as we give for internal CSS. If you need to know more about internal CSS, you can again watch out my video on Juhi's Tech Point. Next thing is padding. So what happens is by default, the space around the cell is just limited to the size of the text which is given. So if you want more space around it, let me remove and show it to you. See, if you don't give padding, you see the table of this particular size. But if you want a big table which has space around its text, you need to give padding to it. This is the property, the padding property. So depending on the value you give, again, the things will change. I give 5 pixel and you see the difference. This is 5 pixel. If I want to increase the size to 15 pixel, and let us go here, it becomes, you see more space around it. So this is how things change when we give the padding property. So by using the border property, we can give borders around the table, whereas by giving the padding property, we can give space around the content in table cells. So this is the format. So for creating each row, please use the tr tag. And for creating the columns, use the td tag. And for the headers, use the th tag. Don't forget to close the table tag with /table. Now, coming on to the third point, if you want the table to be in the center of the page and you want to collapse the borders, let me first show it to you. So this is how it looks. So the table is in the center and you see the cells are collapsed. So how to do so? So by default, borders around the table and the cells are separated from each other. But to collapse them into one, we use the border collapse property. So this is the border collapse property for you. So when we give this, you see the cells are collapsed. Then in order to bring the table in the center, we use margin dash left auto, margin dash right auto. It means it will be in the center. The table will be placed in the center with equal space on the left and the right side. Now, as you already know, we use the border property to give the borders to the table we just discussed. The third thing is, by default, for a header, for a particular header, this is the header. So by default, the header cells are center aligned. Means the text will be placed in the center when you have the TH tag, whereas for the TT tag, the text will be placed in the left-hand side. So what if you want to change it? If you want to change the text alignment, we make use of the text align property, which we have already discussed in my previous video. If you want to know more about the text properties, do visit this video on Juhi's Tech Point for more details. Coming back to the tables. So what I've done is I have made THS left and TTS center. I have changed the alignment of my text in these particular cells. So other than that, everything is the same. I have used the TR tag for the rows and TT for the columns, and header defines my headings. So all the other things we have already discussed in the video. In my next video, I will be showing you how to create row span, column span, caption, and how to give colors to our tables. So please watch out that. So if you like my video, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.